Good morning. This was on the front page of the Omaha World Herald, and I thought it was pretty interesting. It's coming to a town near you. This is talking about the solar eclipse that's going to happen in August of this year, and this is talking about it's not going to happen again until 2024. And it happened, the last time it happened, it was in 1979. And total solar eclipse. And it's going to go across the whole state of Nebraska. My favorite book is the Bible. Some of my favorite authors, I like Karen Kingsbury, I like Nicholas Sparks, G. Henderson. How about your favorite book? What is your favorite book? But a total solar eclipse. Good morning. That I'm going to have to really pay attention. Not gonna. I'll have to see what it. I'm living in South Dakota. That's where I live, right there. And so this will be interesting. August. It's going to happen in August. So, and this is kind of the talk to this week. Who's second in command with Trump? Christie hasn't said anything. Sounds like Marco Rubio said no. I don't remember. I thought she may have said no. Ben Carson said no, I will not be vice president. Don't know about her. If you want celebrity, Clint Eastwood. Someone who might say yes. So we'll see. I think there was more people this week that said no. And Sanders keeps on. He's still winning battles. And I think the only one who would possibly say yes would be Christie. I think you're right. And I think Christie may have hurt himself when he initially stood behind Trump a few times and looked like he was held captive. And I think that might have hurt him. And so, but I think you're right. Christie may be the only one that will say yes. It sure looked like it. It sure looked like it. Didn't look like there was a lot of respect. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how all this works. Let's see. Moving on. Here are some other ones. Ted Cruz, I doubt it. Carly, I doubt it. Again, he said no. Jeb Bush, I don't swear, but a strong no. Mike Huckabee, I doubt it. Jim Gilmore, don't know. Lindsey Graham, I don't think so. Bobby Jingle, don't know. John Kasich, I really doubt it. So we'll see. We'll see. And it'll be interesting to know. I have heard that joke many times. I have really heard that joke many times that Trump will pick himself as vice president. So that's and you wonder who's going to be Clinton's second in command. And so we'll have to see. We will see what's all going to shake out. I did like the second term of Bill Clinton. There were things got done. I was in the government at the time, and I saw him uh, do some pretty good things. At this rate, I'd go for third term for Obama as much as I would hate to say it. Boy, I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm not this guy. I don't. Boy, it sounds like 90% taxes, and he's saying it right up front. I am not for more taxes. And I'm concerned that guy will say something that'll get us in war. Really? Clinton was a puppet. Interesting. Interesting. Makes me wonder how many of them are puppets. I think maybe America is saying that Trump is not a puppet. I don't know. I just really don't know. The executive branch is just for show. You could be right. I think that's what people are thinking, and maybe the reason why they're wanting an outsider, wanting somebody that's not from Washington. So there's something. It's certainly not Trump's personality that got him into the front of the thing. There has to be something else. So, and I think all the decisions that get acted upon are done in confidence. Yeah, I absolutely agree. All right, let's move to a different topic. Of course, last week was Mother's Day, and so he's a player in the game behind the scenes. Yeah, I think they all really have to. That's what politics is. Politics is just simply you gotta learn to get along. You have to make deals behind the scenes and all of that. So last week was Mother's Day, and I just thought it was really neat to look at the Omaha World Herald had a lot of pictures of mothers, and so I thought that was pretty cool, and so very, very cool. We have some infants. Nothing like an infant next to mommy, right in that initial time. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time. So you get that glow and wonderful, wonderful. And more. Let's see. Yeah, it is elation of bonding. Nothing like it at all. A beautiful, beautiful time. Here are the charts. Top movie rentals. The top music downloads. I listen to a lot of, of older songs. That's the very best of Prince. Yeah, I could see that. Some of the stories that I didn't listen to too many Prince songs. I love the song "Party Like It's 1999." And so I didn't listen to too much, but now listening to his story and things like that he was very, very genius. Phone apps, Minecraft, 7-minute workout. I can use that. And I always look at the bestsellers list. Nora Roberts, good author. Danielle Steele, she's usually on top. I'm looking forward to, there's a new Nicholas Sparks book going to be coming out, I think by the end of the summer, if I remember right. So that's one that I'm looking forward to. I have my name on for the new Clive Gussler, the gangster book. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I like Clive Gussler. My goodness, his books are packed full of knowledge. The Exodus has begun. This is an interesting. It's talking about how minimum wage is destroying California's clothing industry. That's what this whole article is about. How that is. I mean, it looks like America wants to regulate so that the poor are helped. And it sounds good, but we're a worldwide economy. And what this is saying is when they hit the minimum wage, and it's going to hit $15 an hour by 2022, and it's saying that more of the garment industry will leave the country. And so when you're a worldwide market, and you start tying the hands of business, and it's gonna hurt. So, like I've said, if you go ahead and make McDonald's do a minimum wage on these young kids coming out of high school and that, well, you're going to go ahead and pay more for a Big Mac. It's going to happen. So, it sounds good. It sounds very good. So, we'll have to see. Now, this is probably the story. I like this cartoon. Is he still here? Hi from Australia. Is he still here? That is the story of the week. Bernie is still here. And he is Hillary's nightmare. And so, yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. That is the news. That is the news for in the newspaper. Kind of update on my life. I am a writer, freelance writer, and during a day I edit one of my books, I write another book, and I plot a third book. That is just what I do. And I thank you. I thoroughly love, and then in the part of that, because my day is really divided up into quarters, and the other quarter that I do, I edit it and I write in the early morning, and then the rest of the morning before lunch, thank you very much. I go ahead and I learn. I study. I have different books that I study. I love the snowflake process. Enjoy it. And that's how I plot my books. And my first book that I'm editing right now, I'm working with an editor/mentor, and is called Night to Night. It's about a guy who, without the knowledge of his wife, rescues abducted children. Mark Steele, ex-Special Forces commander, must adapt because his wife becomes suspicious and his daughter turns into rebellion. Can he change? That's the or you can get a good time. Not sure I understand your question. But that's the elevator speech on that one. Beyond the Night, a woman is set to be married, but her fiance is killed in a tugboat accident, and 2 years later, she's still grieving. Can Caitlin let go of the past when she meets a young Navy officer and have a future? And then the book I'm plotting is, I call it SCI, which is Supernatural Crime Investigators. Jack Stone recruits young adults to stay in his mansion that he had just purchased, and he recruits them because there's rumors that the mansion is haunted, and he wants these young people to stay there a week in order to be able to fix up the place and be able to sell it on the market. And in order to do that, he wants to have to say that he had this mansion that they stayed in, and dispelled the notions that it's haunted. And that's the Megan Buchanan. Good morning. Good morning. And so I'm looking forward to that. I'm plotting it right now, and I love every section, every process in the writing. I enjoy in Novembers. I go through NaNoWriMo, and I'll have this book that I'm doing right now. I'll have it completely plotted, outlined, and ready to go, so that when November 1st hits, that I just take off writing. And I love that. I love just getting in and just writing without a speed limit, and just zooming down that highway, and windows open and all. Hi, good morning. And then the editing process, a little bit more tough on me. I do a lot of telling in the writing process, but when I go to the editing portion of it, I take that telling out and I begin, and then I show, and I go deeper. And so that's I am. Well, thank you. Thank you. French Bro. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. That's my process. I did write a story this week that I really enjoyed. I truly enjoyed it. It was about and it was published in the paper just on Saturday, about a lady that grew up in China during the war, and her experiences. Because actually Japan invaded China before World War II. And so she tells of her experiences, and I was able to interview her. And so if you want to read that, randytramp.com, RANDYTRAMP.com. I write a lot of articles for newspaper, any magazines I can. And so I have short stories. You subscribe to my list, I send, and I've had people, they've read it, and there's one short story, Josephine. I really enjoy it. And I've had a lot of people say they really have liked it. Flash fiction really is what it is. It's not a short story. It's flash fiction. Flash fiction's under 1,000 words, and so I've written those, and I have those on my site. And so you are welcome to. I only send out like one email a month, and sometimes two, and so I don't send out a whole lot. But randytramp.com, love to connect with you. Fill out the whole entire section, and send me it. Or get a hold of with me on any of my social media sites, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter. It's all under Randy Tramp. I keep it pretty simple. TRAMP. Keep it simple. And so that's my news for the week. There will be, I do have on my site also, I interviewed a Filipino man that was in the Philippines during the war. I've interviewed many other different types of people. And so I look for stories. I enjoy stories. That's what I do. Well, everyone, have a great day. Thank you for joining me. This is Randy Tramp. Join me. It's 10 to 8 right now. Join me in about 15 minutes because I'm going to have kids and comics. My kids, I never know what they're going to say. We have 11 children, 8 adopted, 3 biological. Join me.